Have you ever heard the saying, "You don't know what you've got until it's gone"? I used to think it was just a cliché, something people said without really meaning it. But now I understand it on a level that chills me to the bone. My name is Clara, and this is the story of how I had everything a woman could dream of, and how I threw it all away for fleeting moments that meant nothing. It all began with Liam. We met in college, a classic story. He was the steady, quiet one, the one with a kindness in his eyes that felt like coming home. I was, I was the butterfly. I thrived on attention, on the thrill of being desired. Liam loved my free spirit, or so he said. He anchored me, and for a long time, that was enough. We got married young. Our wedding day was perfect. He looked at me as if I hung the moon and stars, and in that moment, I truly believed I'd be his forever. Life settled into a comfortable rhythm. We bought a little house with a garden. Liam started his own carpentry business, and I worked part-time at a local art gallery. He was a craftsman in every sense of the word. He'd come home, hands calloused and smelling of sawdust, but his smile was always just for me. He built our life, piece by piece, with the same patience and care he put into his furniture. And I started to get bored. The comfort that once felt like a warm blanket began to feel like a cage. The steady rhythm of our life felt monotonous. I missed the spark, the chase, the validation that came from a new admirer's gaze. It started small. A lingering conversation with a client at the gallery. A flirty text exchange that I told myself was harmless. Liam never questioned me. He trusted me completely, and that, perversely, made it easier. The first time I crossed the line, a wave of guilt washed over me so intensely I thought I might drown. I came home that night, and Liam had made my favorite dinner. He'd lit candles. He asked about my day, and I spun a web of lies so easily it scared me. He listened, smiled, and told me he was proud of me. I cried myself to sleep that night, his arm wrapped around me, convinced I would never do it again. But I did. The guilt faded with time, replaced by a reckless sense of entitlement. I told myself I deserved to feel desired, that my life with Liam was missing something. Each lie became easier than the last. There were late work nights, weekends away with girlfriends, a whole secret life running parallel to the one I shared with him. Sometimes I'd see a flicker of doubt in his eyes, a question he never dared to ask, and I would just smile, kiss him, and tell him he had nothing to worry about. And he would believe me, or at least he chose to. He stayed. He stayed through every flimsy excuse, every last-minute change of plans, every time I came home smelling of someone else's cologne. He just kept on loving me. He'd fix the leaky faucet, mow the lawn, ask me if I was happy. He kept building our life, even as I was secretly tearing it down. I saw his quiet endurance not as a sign of his incredible strength and love, but as a weakness. I thought he stayed because he couldn't leave, because he needed me. How wrong I was. The turning point wasn't a dramatic confrontation. There was no screaming match, no throwing plates. It was a Tuesday. I came home late, full of well-rehearsed apologies about a gallery emergency. The house was different. It was too quiet, too still. A strange neatness had settled over the place. On the kitchen table, where he usually left a note or a snack for me, there was only a single plain white envelope with my name on it. My heart started pounding. It wasn't his handwriting. It was a typed letter. Inside there were divorce papers, already signed by him. And beneath them, a short, handwritten note on a piece of scrap wood, the kind he always had in his pocket. It said, "Clara, I hope you find what you're looking for." That was it. No anger, no accusations, no heartbreak, just acceptance. I ran through the house. His closet was empty. His tools were gone from the garage. The scent of sawdust was gone. It was like he had been surgically removed from our life, leaving behind a perfectly clean, sterile wound. There was no trace of the man who had built this home with his own two hands. The first few days I was in shock, then angry. How dare he just leave? After all we'd been through? I called him, but his number was disconnected. I went to his old workshop, but it was empty. A for lease sign in the window. He had vanished. He had simply gone. It was in his absence that the punishment truly began. The silence in the house became deafening. Every corner screamed his name. I'd wake up reaching for him only to find an empty, cold space beside me. The attention I had craved from others suddenly felt hollow and meaningless. It was all a cheap imitation of the one thing that had been real: Liam's unwavering love. His absence was a mirror, and for the first time, I saw my reflection clearly. I saw a selfish, broken person who had taken a rare and beautiful love and trampled it underfoot. He hadn't stayed because he was weak. He'd stayed because he was strong. He'd stayed, hoping the woman he loved would come back to him. He didn't leave because he stopped loving me. He left because he finally started loving himself more. Now I live in this house we built, but it's no longer a home. It's a museum of my mistakes. I understand now. The thrill isn't in the chase. It's in the coming home. The greatest adventure isn't finding someone new. It's choosing the same person. Day after day, Liam gave me his whole world, and I traded it for trinkets. His absence is my constant companion, a daily reminder of what I lost. And the hardest part? Knowing he's out there somewhere, hopefully building a new life, and that I am no longer a part of it. Don't make my mistake. Don't wait until the silence is all you have left to finally start listening. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content. Take care of each other.